Hello everyone! So in today's video I'm going to be doing a story time. Basically, the story I'm going to be telling you today is about the time that I was on the radio and I spoke to Dan and Phil. And if you've been following my channel for a while now, you will know that I really like Dan and Phil. They're like one of the first like vlogger type YouTubers that I watched, I guess. So you know, they've had a big influence on my life, and I've actually got a signed poster in my room framed that they made. It's like one of their first bits of like merch they made on their Dan and Phil shop. So yeah, I even bought a llama hat, you know, I've been a fan for that long. Without further ado, let's get started. So this happened in 2013 in September. Yeah, so basically Dan and Phil in 2013, I think maybe 2014 as well, I'm not too sure when they stopped it, but they had a radio show on BBC Radio 1, which is like a big radio network here in the UK. It's like one of the main ones that people listen to quite frequently. So it's like a big radio station. So they had a show on that, and they did so many things on it. They did like fan wars, where people would ring in and like represent like a fan base and like battle against each other. They'd play like people's homemade music videos for songs. They'd read out like funny news reports from like all over the world. Like they did so much, and they had a 2-hour slot to do it all in, so they did quite a lot within them slot times. And like for like different holidays like Halloween and stuff, they'd like change it up and do like themed they'd do like themed segments for like each holiday, which was pretty cool. Basically, when they started it, you could ring in and get a chance to talk to them and request a song for them to play, which obviously the radio would like have to check if they had that song, and if not, you'd have to like think of something else, because obviously they only have a select amount of songs. They'd give you like a topic or like something you could ring in and talk to them about based on that topic, and then you'd request your song. So I'd ring like every single week to try and get through and talk to them, but obviously, because you obviously imagine they had so many people ringing in every week to just try and like talk to them for like 2 minutes. I rung so many times, and only like twice did I, maybe 3 times did I get through, but I only spoke to them on the radio show twice, which shows you just how on demand it was to speak to them, because I only got through 2 out of the like million times I rung up. And I think it did cost as well, I think, to ring up, so it was, you know, it was a pricey thing to do, but you know, worth it. So the one day I rung up and got through, the topic was I think it was like a weird thing you can do with your body, and they wanted like an example. My weird thing I could do was I can click my jaw just whenever. So that was, I thought that was the weirdest thing I could do, so I thought, okay, let's give that a go. So I rang and I kept ringing the company, you know, I kept going, and at one point the phone was actually picked up by a member of the BBC, and I don't think my heart had ever like stopped beating. But yeah, I could swear it did. I was just so like scared. I was really like shocked, and they were like, they asked me what song I wanted to hear, which, being the big time where the Arctic Monkeys had come back, I requested Do I Want to Know, because obviously that was like a big song that was out around that time. So I was like, yeah, let's have that, you know, you're bound to have that song, so they did. They asked me what weird thing I could do, and I told them, and they were like, great, okay, so we've got a lot of people who have come through to us, so if we don't pick you to be on the show, obviously don't be upset. They were like, if we do pick you, we'll ring you back, and then obviously we'll let you know like how it's gonna go, and how, you know, and how you're going to be on the show, da, 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 da. So they give you all the information. So it was just a matter of waiting and to see if the phone would ring again. So obviously I was on the computer watching the show, so I just sat there, phone next to me, just watching the show as normal. I'd gotten through a time before that and I didn't get through, so I really was like, I probably won't make it, you know, there's so many people calling in. It must have been about 20-30 minutes later the phone rang, and I was like, I thought nothing of it. I thought, oh, it's probably just a family member ringing, like something like that. So I picked it up, and it was I swear to God, I never tried hard not to scream before, But on the other end of the phone line was Phil, and I swear I could have cried, but you know, I tried to keep my cool, tried to act like everything was fine, you know, I wasn't freaking out. So I just picked up the phone and I heard, "Hi, is this Sarah?" in Phil's voice, and my god, my heart just boom, it hit the floor. So I was like, "Yeah, that's me," like just trying to be so cool. Obviously, like my mum and dad had heard that I had picked up the phone, and they you know, you could tell that they knew who I was talking to because they just know how obsessed I am with them. So they were like, "Yep, this is happening." So Phil rang me and he was like, "We're gonna speak to you on the radio. I heard it's this song that you want, so when we ask you, you're gonna request that and we'll put it on straight away. You're gonna tell us what the weird thing you can do with your body is, and we're gonna do that." And I was like, "Okay then." And he was like, "Okay, we'll speak to you in a minute." And then like they kind of put the phone on like hold, obviously, so you like so the radio can't hear your voice until you're like actually talking. So I was sat there, you know, phone in hand. I was shaking so hard. I remember sitting on the staircase just absolutely shaking. My family had put the radio on in the living room so they could hear me on it. I was so scared though, honestly. I was shaking, I was like nervous sweating. Like, I know no one can see me, but the fact that I don't know what was scarier, the fact that I was gonna be on the radio or the fact that I was talking to like two of my like idols. It was mental. You know, I went on the phone, they asked me what my weird thing was. I told them. I'll play the clip for you now so you can hear me on the show.
If you can take the heat. But now we are joined by Sarah. I always want to say Sarah in a Geordie accent, I don't know why. Sarah. Hello.
Hello.
So, it says on my piece of paper you have a weird thing about your body you want to share with the world.
Yeah. My jaw, I can click it whenever I want.
Oh really? Can we hear it? Please do an example.
Oh, I don't know if it'll work.
Okay,
but...
next to the phone. I can hear that. That's
Yeah.
kind of gross. If I can hear that in my ears, that must be really loud in person.
Shatteringly loud. Really odd.
Yeah, kind of odd, but cool, I think. I think you can use that as a power for good. Jaw grinding.
Yeah.
Definitely. So what song would you like to jaw grind along to? I can't believe I just said that.
Have you got Do I Want to Know by Arctic Monkeys, please?
We do! Do you want to dedicate this to anyone?
My family who are listening right now.
Oh, hello to your family. Thanks, Sarah.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
So yeah, so that happened. You could probably hear it in my voice, I was so nervous. But this was 5 years ago, so I was like, what, 16? 17? Yeah, 17 I must have been. But yeah, I was freaking out. You can probably hear, I sound so different on the radio as I do like in real life. Like my voice is a lot lower, at least I think it is. So on the radio, like when I sounded like really chirpy, I was like, no, I don't sound like that, but okay. It was weird as well, because then afterwards, like when I put the phone down, I was just like, right, I actually think I was like happy crying. I was so happy, and I'd recorded it on my phone as well so I could show everyone at school the next day. And honestly, it was just so amazing to be like someone was like, "Oh, what did you get up to on Sunday?" And I was like, "Oh, I was on the radio." And they were like, "What?" But yeah, for me it was just so like surreal. Like this is probably like the closest I'm ever gonna get to interacting with them because you know they're so popular now, so it's like, oh no. When I went to Simmering City the first time, they were there but I couldn't get their meet and greet. They had their meet and greet and I was kind of just standing there like watching it happen because there was nothing else to do around that time. So you know, I was just kind of sat by the main stage kind of watching their meet and greet, and they actually ran down this little corridor, not a corridor, but they ran down like the line where they've got the gates up and like you can't get into the meet and greet area, and they ran down there and I literally just sprinted because I was like, if I'm gonna meet them, this is probably gonna be the only time. So I ran and I got a high five from Phil, but like I tried to get one from Dan, but then I had to go back to the meet and greet because obviously like people were getting a bit like angsty. So but yeah, it was really it's quite fun. I'll insert a picture here that I got at the back of Dan's head. So yeah, you know, that's like the only photographic evidence I'm probably going to have of interacting with them. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that after I tweeted them, like, thank you for talking to me, and I'm pretty sure that one of them replied. I'll pop the tweet in here. So that was my story time video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more videos like this, then give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments below, and I will try and make more of these. And subscribe to my channel below and turn on the notification bell so you can be notified every time I post a video. And leave a comment below if you've ever met Dan and Phil, or if you've ever interacted with them. I'd love to talk to you about it. I'm obviously like obsessed, so you know, we can have a nice little conversation in the comments about it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye guys!